Starting the live video. Starting the live video. Are you live? Are you live?
Are we live?
Are we live? What is our music? We don't need music. It's okay. Let's go.
Oh, I got the music. Good morning, everyone. Happy, I don't know what today is. Happy that day. Happy that day.
Happy that day.
Wednesday.
How are y'all? Y'all doing good? I miss people.
It's been 24 hours.
It's been an official 24 hours since the quarantine announcement, and all we've been doing is lots of yoga, and
We watched TV.
we watched what?
A lot of TV.
We watched a lot of TV. All right, guys. We're going to start today's practice with some macro. 1, 2, whoa, was not ready for that. All right. 100 leg presses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. We're done. All right, just kidding. Welcome online, guys. Hope you guys are at home, safe and sound. I'm officially sweaty. Thank you, Bobby. This is our Loveland Classic 60-minute sequence. And Bobby's going to be our student for the day. So get someplace comfortable and warm so that, you can get the heat externally and on your mat. So we're taking a little bit slower today. All right. So let's go ahead and get started.
We got Heather, we got Caitlin, we got Michelle.
Come to a comfortable seat on your mat. How do I turn myself off, honey? Here. Okay. Here we go. Come to a comfortable seat in your mat. Drape your wrist over your knees. And gently turn your palms up towards the ceiling. And with a straight spine, softly close your eyes and begin honing into your own body, to your breath here. By really grounding your sit bones into the mat. And play with shifting your sternum forward and back slightly until you find that sweet spot where your torso feels almost weightless. Now for today's practice, I want you to set the intention of gathering all your thoughts and set aside your thoughts and feelings and anxiety and fear aside for the next 60 minutes and focus just on your breath. Stop dancing, Bobby. Just kidding. And focus on your breath, on your practice right here, right now. Look at how Bobby refocused on his breath. He had to put his hand back onto his low belly, or his belly. Now together, let's take a deep breath in through our nose. Deep breath in. And open your mouth wide like you're at the dentist, cleansing breath out. We'll do that a few more times. Deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth and sigh it out. I know it sounds silly, but in these times, maybe it's appropriate for some silliness. Last one, deep breath in through your nose. Reach the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Sit up tall. Deep breath in. Open your mouth and just let it all out. We've been listening to too much metal too lately. All right, we'll move into neck traction. With your Ujjayi breath, your 4-second inhale through your nose and 4-second exhale out your nose, we'll move into neck traction. Extend your left fingertips down towards the earth. And with your right hand, use the weight of your right hand to help guide your right ear to your right shoulder. Feeling for that opening from the bottom of your left earlobe to the top of your left shoulder, your left deltoid. Take a few couple of breaths here. And if it feels good to you, you can inhale, lift your chin up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, bring your chin down towards your chest. I'll go ahead and switch sides. Inhale your head back to the center. Hi, Heather. We've got Heather joining in. And bring your left hand to the outside of your right ear. And with your inhale, lift your right shoulder up. And then as you exhale, bring your right shoulder back down to the mat. And really feeling for that opening of your right side of your neck. Take a smooth inhale, bring your head back to center. Interlace your hands behind the nape of your neck. Inhale, squeeze your elbows together. As you exhale, drop your head back. All right, and we'll move forward today. You know what? It's your practice at home. You do what feels good to you. Look up towards the sky, the ceiling, wherever you're at. Look up at your ceiling fan. And send breath to your low belly, your heart, and then to your throat. Starting with your low belly. And with your next exhale, keeping the rest of your back straight, drop your chin to your chest only, really articulating just your upper and middle back down. Opening your traps. Finding that state that feels really good to your neck. And then on your next exhale, release. Play with your hair. Plant your hands at the front of your mat. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips and come to your downward facing dog. First down dog of your day. Pedal out your feet. Bend your knees left or right. Using your Ujjayi breath, slowly sway your hips left to right. Maybe shift your shoulders forward and back smoothly like butter. Oh, yeah, your practice doesn't have to look like Bobby's. Your practice just has to feel good in your own body. Body, Bobby. All right, so moving in any way that feels good to your body here. Moving your legs up towards the ceiling, moving your hips up and down, shoulders back and forth. And inhale, look forward past your hands. Then as you exhale, take 20 baby steps to the front of your mat. Come into your ragdoll pose. Separate your feet hip-width distance. Bend your knees graciously for this first... I can't watch this. For this first ragdoll, grab opposite elbows. Gently sway left to right. You can sway your hips left to right. Relax your head. Shake your head, yes. Shake your head, no. Move in a way that feels good to you here. As you lengthen your low back, and you send your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Oh, we have Michelle. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Kara. And everybody release your hands to the earth. Heel toe your feet together. Take a smooth inhale, halfway lift, hands to your shin, straight spine. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, slow as you can, stack one vertebrae at a time. Your head and your hands are the last to come up. Exhale your hands to heart center. All right, triangle pose with bent knee variation. Inhale your right knee to your hip line, turn. Take a half turn and plant your right foot, warrior two, facing the back of your mat. Hey, look at Bobby's right knee is on top of his right ankle. Inhale, lift your chest. And then as you exhale, soften your shoulder blades. On your next inhale, reach forward and then glide your hand down, float it above the earth. Left hand comes up towards the ceiling. Focus on your breath. Slow, steady exhales out of your nose with a slight constriction at the back of your throat. Commonly I see here is the front right knee is further back, because you want to keep that weight there. So if your front right knee is forward, send your right knee stacked on top directly of your right ankle. And then you can gently press your right forearm into your right leg. As you gently squeeze your left glute, keep your left leg as active. Focus on your breath here. As you draw your low belly in and up, reach your left hand up towards the ceiling. And slowly release, come back to your warrior two. Switch sides, turn your left toes to 12 o'clock, your right toes to 3 o'clock. Take a peek down at your feet, this is your warrior two stance. Your left heel bisects the arch of your back right foot, and your left knee stacked on top of your left ankle. With your arms out to that T formation, relax your shoulder blades. Take a smooth inhale here. As you exhale, glide your left hand down barely above the earth. Right hand comes up towards the ceiling. Gentle squeeze of your right glute. Keep your back right leg active. And options with your drishti. You can look up to your top right hand, or you can look down. Okay, don't collapse into your left side ribs. And keep both side ribs extended. And then whenever it feels good to you, we'll slowly release. Step your right foot in front to meet your left for sun salutation A. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to your shin. Straight spine. Exhale, plant your hands, come to a high plank. We'll hold it here for about 5 breaths. Building heat into our core. I'll draw your low belly in and up. And give a slight rounding of your upper spine, as if you were doing cat pose. Driving through your arms and your shoulders, your arms should start feeling the warmth pouring in. Take a deep inhale here, and as you exhale, lower all the way down. Your Chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra. Plant your hands 6 inches in front of your mat. Anchor your palms and your wrist into the ground or your mat, so that you can scoop your sternum forward and up towards the front of your mat, lengthening your low abdomen into your mat. Your hips are anchored, and your low abs begin to lengthen and stretch. Your hair looks so great here, Bobby. And then on your next exhale, plant your hands, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. And take a smooth inhale, look forward past your hands, bend your knees. Exhale, step, hop, or float to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, extended mountain pose. Hands come up towards the ceiling. Exhale your hands to heart center. Okay, wide-legged forward fold. And take that half turn onto your mat. And take a peek down at your feet. Pigeon toe your toes in slightly, just enough so that the blade edges of your feet are parallel to the edges of your mat. The blade. Inhale your hands up to that T formation. Exhale with the straight spine, forward fold. Now, leading with your heart, keep your spine long. And your hands can land anywhere that feels good to you here. All right, so you can plant your hands in Chaturanga hands. down towards your mat. Or you can grab your ankles, and if it feels good to you and your hamstrings are a little tight, you could bend one knee at a time, moving with your breath left to right. And then slowly bring your hands to your low back. On your inhale, come all the way back up to standing. Switching your hands positions, interlace your hands behind your sacrum, behind your tailbone. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Take a deep inhale, lift your heart, straighten your spine. Exhale, lead with your heart, forward fold. All right, I'll try to keep the contact of your palms together. And you squeeze your shoulder blades together. And now play with shifting your hips forward towards the balls of your feet, stacking your hips on top of your ankles. That makes the stretch a little bit more intense. And then relax your shoulder blades. And shake your head, yes. Shake your head, no. And then on your inhale, bring your hands to your low back. Come back up to standing. Woo! Take a second here. Take a second here. Allow the blood from your head to come down back to your heart. Turn back to the front of your mat. Step your right foot in front to meet your left, sun salutation A. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, chaturanga. Your high plank, squeeze your elbows to your ribs. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward past your hands, bend your knees. Exhale, step, hop, or float to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, extended mountain pose. Hands come up. Exhale your hands to heart center. Oh, we got Chris now. Yeah. Hi, Chris. All right, we'll get ready for our extended side angle. Warrior 2, facing the back of your mat. Turn your right toes to 12 o'clock, your left toes to 3 o'clock. Your right heel bisects the arch of your left. You can't see it, but on this mat, I actually marked the center of the mat to help with my Warrior 2 stance. Yeah. With your inhale your hands up to that T formation. Look over your front right middle finger. Exhale, extended side angle. Right forearm to the top of your right thigh. Turn your right palm up like you're serving a silver platter of goodness. As you sweep your left hand down, forward, and up. So Bobby, show us that entry again with your left hand. I say, notice how Bobby sweeps down, forward, and up. And that nice 45-degree angle from Bobby's left blade edge of his foot all the way up to his left middle finger. That's one straight line. So straight. And both of his side ribs are extended, so no collapsing in your right side ribs. If you feel like you're hunching over, create space in your right side ribs. Very nice. And if variations in your practice, half bind, bring your top left hand behind your back. Broaden your chest and turn to look over your left shoulder. And keep both of your legs active here, so don't forget about your legs. Gently squeeze your left glutes so you can press into the blade edge of your left foot. All right, and if you're in variation, come back to extended side angle. Sweep. Inhale back up to Warrior 2. Switch sides. Turn your left toes to 12 o'clock, your right toes to 3 o'clock. Take an inhale, hands up to your T formation. Exhale, extended side angle. Left forearm down to the top of your left thigh. Sweep your right hand down, forward, and up. All right, extend through both side ribs. You have options here with your drishti. You can look, drishti, your gaze. You can look up at your top right hand or right elbow. Does it feel good to your neck? You can look forward. And that looks good too. And if you would like, a release for your neck, you can look down at your top left toes. But don't compromise your spine to look down. All right, left hand is that silver platter. And variations now if that's in your practice. Right hand behind your back. Full bind, bringing the inside of your left shoulder to the inside of your left leg, reaching for your hands behind your hips. And Bobby's gonna stick with half bind. Notice how his back top hand reaches for his left inner thigh. Oh, there it is. And come back to your warrior two stance. That's an interesting warrior two. Step your right foot in front to meet your left for sun salutation A. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, your Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And take an inhale, look forward past your hands. And as you exhale, hop, step, or float to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. On your next inhale, reach your right leg long behind. Set up for warrior, set up for low lunge. Okay, just kidding. Reach your right foot behind. Yeah, untuck your right toes. Bring your right knee down to your mat. Left foot directly stacks underneath your left knee. So if your left foot's behind, send your left foot forward. Yeah, plant your hands to frame your front left foot. Take an inhale, scoop your sternum forward and up. And then as you exhale, sink your hips down towards the front of your mat. Draw your low belly in and up. And I'll give a gentle squeeze of your right glute. All right, if you'd like that up level like Bobby just showed, you can lift your right knee off of the mat, press the top of your right foot. It's known as archer. You don't have to go for that variation. You can also interlace your hands on top of your left thigh. Or with your inhale, reach your hands up towards the ceiling. You choose the level of intensity for your body. That's a beautiful low lunge, hon. And slowly bring your hands down to the earth. Switching sides, step your right foot forward to a forward fold. Inhale, reach your left foot, long behind. And set it for low lunge on your right. Yeah, set your left knee down towards your mat. Untuck your left toes. Shift your right foot forward so your right foot is directly underneath your right knee. Frame your front right foot. On an inhale, scoop your sternum forward and up. Draw your low belly in. Now you're always welcome to stay here. If you'd like to move to the upgrades, interlace your hands on top of your right thigh, Or inhale, reaching your hands up towards the ceiling. And now gently squeeze your left glute. And we'll slowly release. Step your left foot forward to a forward fold. And then inhale, root to rise, extended mountain pose. Exhale your hands to heart center. All right, Bobby, can you turn to face me, please? Yeah, the peoples. As we move through our standing side bends, inhale your hands up towards the ceiling, extended mountain pose. Interlace your hands, release your index and your thumb. Show us your Charlie angel hands. All right, and begin to sway left and right gently. All right, warming up your side bodies, moving with your breath. And we'll all meet in the middle. Take a deep breath in here, full body stretch. And then as you exhale, gently fold to your right. And send your left hip to the back of the front of your mat. It's more of a curving up through of your left side ribs. And keep your feet active. Take a smooth inhale, lift all 10 toes up towards your shin. And press through the inner arches of both feet. Inhale, come back up to center. As you exhale, switch sides. And you can turn, look underneath your right elbow. As you gently send your right elbow back towards the back of your mat. Balloon open your right side ribs. Slow down your exhales. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, release your hands. Standing back bends, you turn back to the front of your mat. Yeah. 10 fingers down or 10 fingers up on your low back, your choice, whatever feels good to you. Inhale, squeeze your elbows in line with each other. And lift your chest. And as you exhale, articulate your upper and middle back. As you send your hips forward. Imagine somebody was holding you up by a string attached to your sternum. You don't have to lean your head back like Bobby here. If this doesn't feel good to your back or to your neck, you can always keep your chin tucked into your chest. And inhale, one vertebrae at a time, come up. Release your hands from your low back. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Right, you can separate your feet hip width distance here, or you can keep your feet together. As you grab the back of your heels or your Achilles heels and try to keep your forearms in line with your calves. And bend your knees so much that your low ribs touch the top of your thighs. Now, without losing the contact of your low ribs to your thighs, slowly straighten your legs. And really focusing on your breath here. Notice if your mind has wandered away. Focus back on your breath. And slowly release your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to your shin. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, extended mountain pose. Exhale, your hands to heart center. Chair pose. Sit Utkatasana, sit low in your chair, hands up towards the ceiling. Oh. And then tuck your tailbone down towards your mat. Draw your low belly in and up. You can dance with Bobby. Bring your hands to heart center. Take an inhale, lift your heart, and as you exhale, twist to your left. Hook your right elbow to your to the outside of your left thigh. Press into your hands, and take a peek down at your knees and send your right knee back in line with your left, so that your right knee and your hips are square back to the front of your mat. And in one motion, sink your hips and lift your heart. And notice how Bobby's hips are low. Inhale, come back to Utkatasana, chair pose. Stay low. Exhale, switch sides. All right, hooking your left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Hands to heart center. Me smile like a child when her eyes meet. All right, readjusting your back left knee in line with your right, keeping your hips square. And one motion, sink your hips. Looks like Bobby's trying to twerk. And then inhale, lift your heart. Your elbows are 180, one line. On your next inhale, come back to center, Utkatasana. Exhale, stand up. Just release. Or you can turn back to face front of me, Bobby, as we move to standing head to knee. You can start with your hands at heart center. Ground down to the four corners of your right foot. Inhale your left knee to your hip line. Flex your left toes. A common thing I see here in class usually is that anytime we start lifting our left foot forward, even with the bind, our chest leans back. And we're trying to lift our left knee up towards the ceiling by leaning back. So I really want you to hone in on, whoa, keeping your spine straight on top of your hips. Yeah. And notice how Bobby's sternum is stacked on top of his waist, His knees in line with his ankles. All right, if you'd like to move further from here, no, you're good. You don't want to move further. You can interlace your hands to your left shin or underneath your left foot, really drawing your low belly in and up here. And with this smooth inhale, extend your left foot forward. Yeah, and then straighten your right leg as much as you can. And then lastly, putting your nose to your knee, standing head to knee. And slowly release. We'll switch sides. Ground down the four corners of your left foot. Inhale your right knee to your hip line. Right, flex your right toes. Take a second here, find your balance. Pick a point of drishti that's not moving. And then interlace your hands either to your shin or to the bottom of your right foot. If you're reaching over to interlace your hands to the bottom right foot, draw your low belly in and up and lead with your heart. With your inhale, extend your foot forward. Ooh, what a cool looking pose. You can straighten your left leg as much as you can, but keep a micro bend in that standing leg. So shock absorption to help balance. Ooh, ooh. And then slowly release. Dancer's pose. All right, stand at the back of your mat. Reach your right hand out by your side. Reach for your right inner ankle. If that right inner ankle is not available to you, you can reach for the outside. Inhale your left hand up towards the ceiling. One straight line from your left fingers down to your left toes. Drawing a straight line with your right knee, send your right knee back towards the back of your room, wherever you are. And send your right hip down. Ooh. As you kick into your right hand, you're articulating your upper and middle back, all right? Not your low back. The bend comes from your upper and middle back, and slowly release. Switch sides. All right, reach for your left inner ankle with your left hand. Inhale your right hand up towards the ceiling. And Bobby's showing us all angles. Send your left knee back with your inhale. Right hand forward. Then gently send your left hip down towards your mat. Kick into your left hand. Ooh, do fancy things with your right hand. Oh, Captain Bob. And slowly release. Ooh, Warrior 3 at the back of your mat. Come stand at the back of your mat, any direction. Inhale, reach your hands up towards the ceiling. Interlace your hands, release your index and your thumb, that Charlie's Angel's hands. And then with your right foot first, inhale, step your right foot to the center of your mat. As you exhale, pendulum at your hips. Send your chest down. And keep your left foot lifted. All right, options here with your left foot. You are able to point, or you can flex your left toes, your choice. And options with your hands. You can release your hands and bring them to heart center. And a lot of times we all want to left hip jets up, opening our left hip kind of like in half moon. I want you to send your left hip down so your hips are square. Then slowly release. Switching sides. Inhale your hands up towards the ceiling. Interlace your index and your release your index and your thumb. Inhale your left foot forward. Pendulum at your hips. Send your right foot back and your hands forward. And keep your hips in line. Send your right hip down towards your mat. Beautiful. Gently squeeze your right glute to help keep your right leg lifted. And slowly bend your left knee and release. Tree pose. Right. Ground down the four corners of your right foot. Inhale, place your left foot anywhere that feels good to you. You place it on your ankle, your calf, the inside of your left thigh. Anywhere except the inside of your right knee. Inhale, shift your left knee back towards the back wall, but keep your spine long. Reach the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. And slow as you can now, grow your tree in any fashion that feels good to you, Bobby. No, this is not you. Pick a point of drishti that's not moving. Relax your shoulders. You look so majestic. Switch sides. Woo, good save. Ground down the four corners of your left foot. Your right foot goes anywhere but the inside of your left knee. Now, if your right foot's in the inside of your left thigh, flex your left thigh so that you have something stable to press into. No collapsing in your hips. See how Bobby lost balance when he collapsed into his hips? Because he moved his spine too much off the center of gravity. And he'll reach your right knee back towards behind you. You're good right there, Bobby. You don't have to overextend. Start with your hands at heart center. Take a deep inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, soften your shoulder blades. And now with your inhale, grow your tree in a variation that feels good to your body. Let's do something different. Oh yeah, okay, that's beautiful. Yeah. I'm just gonna wait and see how long it takes Bobby to fall. On the internet. All right, release. Go laying down onto your mat. Midway mini shavasana. Lay down. I should put on less exciting music for shavasana. I know, separate your feet hip width distance or greater. Allow your big toes to roll out to the sides naturally. Relax your hips. Soften your shoulders into your mat. And now specifically relax all the muscles in your face. So if you're furrowing your eyebrows, relax the space between your eyebrows and your forehead. Soften your jaw. And take a second here to collect all your thoughts and feelings. And as you exhale, sigh it all out. Everything is going to be okay. And know that you are safe, you're cared for and loved. All right, let's move on. Eye of the needle pose. Draw your knees into your chest. Cross your right ankle on top of your left thigh. Figure 4 your legs. With your right hand, reach to the hole you've made. Interlace your hands behind your left hamstring or on top of your left shin like Bobby. Flex all 10 toes back towards your shins. And if you have the bind, softly bring your shoulder blades back down to your mats. Lengthen your tailbone long. And now moving in this breath pattern, exhale, draw your knees into your chest. Inhale, release just 1 centimeter. Exhale, squeeze in. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze in. Exhale, release. Darling, you're the one I want, yeah. And then gently switch sides. Release your right leg. And with your left foot, cross it on top of your right thigh. Flex all 10 toes back. Inhale your left hand into the hole you've made. Interlace your hands either behind your right hamstring or on top of your right shin. Flex all 10 toes. Hey, baby, I'm tired. Re-relax your shoulder blades and move with your breath here. Drawing your knees into your chest. And then And inhaling, releasing 1 centimeter. You should feel it in the outside of your left hip and your left hip flexors. If you guys are at home practicing with us and this feels good, shoot some pictures and show us. We'd love to see you guys practicing with us. And slowly release your legs. Full body stretch. Inhale, reach both hands overhead. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth wide like you're at the dentist. Exhale, let it go. Inhale your hands up towards the ceiling. Your head and your chest follow. Do 1 sit-up. Exhale, forward fold. Right, you may have to lift 1 hip at a time. Right, so you can remove the fleshy bits out of the way so you can forward fold. Lead with your heart. Try to keep your spine as long as you can. Yeah, your options here you can always bend your knees. Slowly release your hands. Cross your ankles. Now, plant your hands at the end of your mat, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up towards the ceiling. Half pigeon. Exhale, right knee to your right wrist. Cross over your ankle to the left side of your mat. Left leg reaches long behind. Exhale, forward fold. So a common thing I see here in pigeon is sometimes we lean over too much to the right and we let our left hip up. Yeah, so I want you to intentionally try to square your hips back down. So if your left hip is jetted up, with your exhale, slowly bring your left hip back down to the mat, but not over so much. Yeah, and this doesn't feel good to your knees. There's other variations we can do. Now start relaxing into your pigeon. Soften your chest. And if you're clenching or holding on to anything at all, right, if you're clenching your right glute or your face or your jaw, relax your breath. And plant your hands underneath your shoulders. Downward facing dog. Right, counter stretch in any way that feels good to you. You can pedal out your feet. You can lift your right leg up towards the ceiling, bend your right knee. All right, moving to the other side. Inhale your left leg up towards the ceiling. Half pigeon on your left knee to your left wrist. Cross over your left ankle to the right side of your mat. Extend your right foot all the way back. All right, so another common thing I see here is that the left foot's gonna be out, like way out there, and like your toes go in, and I'm like, no, it's okay, you don't need to do that. Right? Yeah. So extend your right foot long. Your hips are square to your mat. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Then exhale, lead with your heart, forward fold. Start by relaxing your arms. And refocusing your attention back to just your body, your breath. All right, anything else that you've thought of the moment you lay down in pigeon, set those aside for now. Just pay attention to the outside of your left hip and the length of your exhales. So lengthening each exhale. And then inhale, bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Downward facing dog. Counter stretch in any way that feels good to your hips. And then on your inhale, shift forward to a high plank. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Right ear to your mat, hands by your hips, palms up facing the ceiling. Take a second here and really focus on your breath. Taking deep breaths so much into your low back, you feel your low back rise and fall with each breath. On your next inhale, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, chin to the center of your mat, extra low cobra. Inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Peel your chest up off of the mat. Press your hips into the mat. You float your hands about 1 to 2 inches away from your mat, squeezing your elbows and your shoulder blades together. All right, give a slight tuck of your chin to your chest. Keep the back of your neck long. Your drishti is about 6 to 8 inches in front of your mat. And then slowly release. Left ear to your mat. Hands by your side. Relaxing and feeling your heartbeat into your mat. Paying attention to your breath. Inhale your chin to the center of your mat. Locust pose, interlace your hands behind your sacrum. Inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift your chest. Now everything comes up off of the mat. Press the head of your hips into your mat. Squeeze your glutes so you can lift your knees and your thighs off of the mat. One whole piece. So if I were to walk around into your house and pick up your feet, your head would move. Whee! One solid bird piece. You squeeze your shoulder blades, lift your chest, and then slowly release. Come down. All right, bring your right ear back to your mat, hands by your side, palms up to the ceiling. All right, inhale your chin to center, floor bow. Bend your knees, grab the outside of your ankles. Inhale, kick into your hands. And lift your chest, come up for your floor bow. And take a peek at your knees. I know you can't look back there, but if your knees have jetted out past your hip line, bring your knees back together. Yeah, press into your, engage your glutes. Press into your hips, into the mat, so you can lift your chest. Oh, And then slowly release. Left ear to your mat, hands by your side. Bend your knees and windshield wiper your legs left to right. Oh, sorry. Bend your knees and windshield wiper your legs left to right. Wag your tail. Soften your low back. And turn over to the back. Set up for bridge pose. Bend your knees up towards the ceiling. Bring your feet. Bring your feet underneath your knees. Separate your feet hip width distance. With your hands by your hips. Fingertips graze the back of your heels. Let your big toes point to 12 o'clock. Inhale, press into the four corners of your feet. Tuck your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Lift your hips, your low back, middle back, upper back. Comes up off your mat. Shimmy your shoulder blades together. And then bring your chin to your chest. Now move your drishti, your gaze, to your low belly and watch your exhales. Intentionally lengthen your exhales, using your diaphragm to help exhale all the breath out. And then slowly come down one vertebrae at a time. All right, draw your knees into your chest. Happy baby. Reach the outside of your feet. With your knees kind of close to your armpits, open your feet wide up towards the ceiling. Then rock left to right. Massage your low back into your mat, to the earth. As we move into our supine twist, draw both knees into your chest. And then as you exhale, drop both knees to your right. Soften both of your shoulder blades to your mat. Relax your head and your neck. Soft low belly. Inhale, bring your knees back to center. Take a second here, neutral spine. Draw your knees into your chest. And then as you exhale, switch sides. Drop both knees to your left. Extend your right hand out by your side. Turn to look over your right shoulder. Start winding down for practice with a soft, relaxed breath. And letting go of your Ujjayi breath. And relaxing your low back. Inhale your knees to the center of your mat, into your chest. All right, wrap your arms around your shins. Give yourself a big hug for joining us today online for your practice. And showing a sense of gratitude for yourself, taking this 60 minutes out of your day to take care of your body and your mind. And now as you exhale, slowly release everything onto your mat for your final resting pose, Shavasana. Relax all the muscles in your face. Soften your shoulder blades and ground them into your mat. You can shimmy them away from your ears. Tuck your tailbone up towards the ceiling, lengthening your low back into your mat. And maybe you come so still in your body and in your mind that your mind has no other thoughts. And slowly wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Gently bring life back into your body. Circle your wrists, circle your ankles. Bend your elbows back and forth. With an inhale, reach your hands overhead, full body stretch, as if you're waking up for the first time today. Deep breath in, open your mouth and wash it all away. Slowly, one knee at a time, draw your knees into your chest. Slowly roll over to your right hand side. Using your right arm as a pillow for your head, allow your energy to settle here in the fetal position. Representing gratitude for the day. How grateful that we have technology so we can share our practice. Grateful for our practice. Grateful for our breath that gives life to our body. And on your inhale, push yourself up to a comfortable seated position facing your camera so we can see you. Thank you so much, guys, to each and every one of y'all for allowing us to guide you through your practice this morning. I hope it's been fun, that you're able to take this 60 minutes out and really connect with your own body and your breath. All right, take a deep inhale, bring your hands to your third eye center. Open your mouth and exhale, sigh it out. And with much gratitude from our hearts to yours. Namaste. He likes my Vietnamese smile like a child when her eyes meet. All right, guys, thank y'all so much for joining us for this. What day is today? Wednesday morning. Well, yeah, post pictures if you guys did our Loveland Classic sequence. Usually this sequence is done in a hot room, so if you were outside hot or you turned the heater on in your house, let us know. Post pictures online on Facebook and Instagram Live. We are gonna be live every day. Yeah, and oh my goodness, thank you everybody who has donated thus far. It's been an amazing response. If you haven't donated yet, you can still donate online at lovelandyoga.com or PayPal or Venmo or Google Pay or Zelle. We have all of those. Those are all listed on Facebook and on Instagram if you want to donate and contribute to the cause.
We'll be back this afternoon. We're going to do a stretch class. It's sort of like a yin restorative style class. Just deep stretching, unwinding, a very meditative practice. So yeah, we'll be back with that this afternoon with that. Yeah, we might see if some of our other teachers want to swing by if they're, I don't know, if they've had enough quarantine. I don't know, we'll see. Stay tuned. Oh, share this video. Yeah, we're going to be making a lot of online content because we have nothing else to do. So yeah, if you guys like that content, just take a look and share it. Cool, covered all our bases. All right, till this afternoon, guys.
See you at 4.